Hi guys, this is Delmig28, and I've got to say I'm sorry. I know a lot of you have been waiting patiently for me to come up with a tutorial for this. I was just holding back because I really wanted to make a foolproof way to allow you to make it higher than 11, and that would require a series of pulses, but I wanted to also allow you to pull the entire thing back using the same lever, and I couldn't think of a nice way of doing that. So you can see that you just need a few pulses to go up, and that's perfectly fine. But going back down can be a bit tricky when you don't know, when someone's going to pull the lever or something like that. So you can still bring it back down. This entire thing will still go back down just fine. Let me just So for this tutorial I'm just going to show you how to do a 5 high design, because that's going to give you a good idea of how the modular sort of levels work and how you just repeat the pattern. If you want to make it higher than 11, then you're going to have to send out a clock that sends a pulse through the bottom, and if you want to pull it back you just need to reactivate the monostable circuit, but I'll show you that when we start the tutorial. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so you want a floor plan of 5 by 8, and we'll put the pistons down here, so not in the very corner, but right next to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, block on top. And this bit is directional dependent. You want to have the torches in a checker pattern like so, where the torch is powering the block on top, and you need to make sure that the torches are facing north-south. So if we go F3, you'll see in the F, north-south, and so if in this occasion I'll be building across like so, like so, but if your north-south is actually widthways, then of course you'll just build like this. So it's the only part that's directional dependent, but you just need to bear this in mind. Depending on the way your sort of zigzag will be facing, you want to either build it like this, or the way I'll be building, which will be like this. Okay, so keep zigzagging up like that, putting the torches down. This will start extending the pistons, but that's useful because now we know how high up they're going to extend when they're finished. So just keep going up until you extend every single piston. So just one more to go. Like so. And then completely column up from here like that. Okay, so we now have the extension down, and the rest of this floor plan is to make sure that these tracked in the right order. So let's go around the back here and zigzag out like this, and then 2 tick repeaters here, and 3 tick repeaters here. Then extend outwards. Well, might just be easier to pill it up from this point, break each other one, and extend these out by 1, and redstone dust on each of these. Okay, so now we want to pillar up like this, not like that, like this, and extend these out, break the middle blocks, and here we'll have a 3 tick repeater, and here we'll have a 1 tick repeater. So what this is doing is when the signal goes through here, it ensures that the bottom piston is unpowered first, and then the one just above it gets powered just after, and then that pattern repeats all the way down. But of course we need to make sure the timings are right, so we're going to attach another monostable circuit onto each of these corners. Okay, so now we're going to build a stackable one-wide monostable circuit, So we want to create an entire wall along the back, all the way up to the top of the very top set of repeaters. And then what we're going to do is we're going to checkerboard this wall. We also want to add a bit round the back here like this. Okay, now we're going to checkerboard this. So not breaking this one, breaking the one just below. Don't actually need that corner either. So now we have all the spaces we need to make the circuit. So we want a torch at the end of all these, and a torch just below that. Then 4 tick repeaters just here. Oops, there we go. And 1 tick repeaters below them. And then dust right here. And that's a stackable monostable circuit. Okay, so now we're going to extend these by 1, and we'll put a 1 tick repeater leading into the block like so, and redstone dust at the end of it. Now what we need to do is we need to take the signal from the bottom and send it up by 1. Because what that's going to mean is all the pistons are going to retract, which will then mean that these pistons pull down, but then of course we need to reactivate the ones above, and so on. So we need to take the signal from the bottom, take it up by 1 layer. Okay, so we're taking the signal out of this block that's being powered by that repeater. So if we pillar up from here, and remove all the ones that don't matter. We don't actually need the one at the very top because of course we can't send that 1 layer up. Then we'll put a 1 tick repeater taking that signal out of the block, then into a half slab. This will allow the redstone to go up a block without being cut off, if you know what I mean. So pillar up again, and then another half slab, and redstone dust all along the top. So what that's doing is at the very bottom the power goes through there. Because the block above it is a half slab, it can go up this block, and then because the block above that again is a half slab, it can go up this block and power the one above it. So now we need to make the signal that's going to also go back down to activate all of the pistons before the signal sort of cycles up and finally disappears after this entire timing. So we'll set up doing that now. Okay, so now we're going to want to make a 3 wide wall all the way up and checkerboard that. You want to go 1 block above the highest block there, and checkerboard it like so. And then 3 tick repeater there, then a 3 tick repeater going the other way, then a 3 tick repeater going the other way, 3 tick repeater going the other way. And you want to put dust on the block just before the 3 tick repeater. So basically what's happening is this repeater is powering that block, powers the dust, powers the block below, powers the repeater, and the process continues. So there and there. Then on each of the repeaters that is going into the block on this side, you want to put a block outwards like that, and take another repeater like so. Okay, so for the blocks on the other side, we actually just want to extend it out like this. But because this is an odd number design, you'll actually see that this one here at the very bottom isn't being powered. So we just want to extend this one out as well. Same idea. And now imagine that we've basically got one of these diagonal things going across. So we'll just put that. We don't technically need a half slab there because there's nothing below. So there we go. We have the signal that now goes down. So all we need to do is we need to put in the monostable circuit right here. This is slightly different depending on the way you've got your direction, because of course there's the sort of the zigzag might be different, so I'll just show both examples now. Okay, so if you have a design like this where the zigzag is going lengthways, you want to look 2 unpowered torches down, put a redstone torch on the block just there, block above that with 2 redstone torches, 2 blocks above those, and a block there, and then a 3 or a 4 tick repeater. It doesn't really matter, it just changes the slight length of the pulse. Actually, just to be safe, I'll do 4 ticks, torch, torch. That's going to just quickly send a signal through, but that's okay, we got the lever on. So if you got it lengthways, this is what it looks like. So now it goes down, perfectly fine, and it goes up, perfectly fine. So I'll just quickly show you what it looks like if we have the zigzag going widthways. Okay, so this is the example going widthways. It doesn't technically work on this example, simply because of course this is a lengthways thing, but if you had the blocks going out like this instead, you'll also look 2 torches down, and rather than putting it on this block, you'll of course put it on that block, and you do the exact same thing. So block above that, 2 torches, block above each of those, block right outside, 4 tick repeater, or 3 tick if you really want to speed up a tiny bit, and 2 torches like that. And there we go, it still works fine. Although that timing was a bit weird, but I'm guessing that's just because it's got these extra unnecessary torches on it. So anyway, there we go. So there's the tutorial. Hopefully that all makes sense to you and you can sort of understand how it works. If you do want to make one that's higher than 11, you do need to have a clock. I'll just show an example of that. You do need to have a clock, so I've actually kind of hidden it round here. I'm not going to explain it just because I haven't managed to get it work the way I wanted it to, so unfortunately there's no real point in showing it. But all you want is just a little clock that's attached to these torches to make sure they send out a pulse with enough time for the piston to retract before they get extended again. So it works like that. But anyway, so there is the tutorial for the 5x8 modular, tileable, stackable piston extender, whatever you want to call it. I'm Devil Maker 28, and thanks very much.